You are now tuned in to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will be discussing actual audio and visual clips captured during the team's investigations. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now smash that like, subscribe, and follow button, and let's get ready to welcome team leader and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and tech specialist and co-host, Mike Del Coro.
Happy Monday, everybody. We're switched around, Mike. There we go. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show. I'm your host, Eric Vanderlaan of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show and team leader of War Party Paranormal Research Team. And I got my good old buddy right over there.
What's going on, guys? My name is Mike Del Coro. I'm an investigator with War Party and your co-host. And we got a great show for you guys tonight. And I'm going to let Eric tell you what we're getting into.
We got an amazing show. Got a shitty Monday today, but it's over now. So now we're off to the right start, right, Mike?
That's right.
And here we go. So we got amazing guests. We got our good friends from Savannah, Georgia, the Savannah Theater, Ghost Coast Paranormal, Micah and Courtney. We've been investigating with them. They've been on our show before. So we have them as guests, and they got an amazing Paracon coming up that they're going to talk about. And we'll be talking about the Haunted Savannah Theater. I blew Mike's mind away, right?
Yeah, no, totally.
All right. So I do have an intro. You want to see it, Mike?
I sure do. Let's rock it.
Bam.
That was very cool.
And I think Julian's right. We're going to start it off. We're in the right foot, right?
That's right.
Here we go. And without further ado, drum roll. Don't we have like background noise?
I think we do. I would have to look for it. And by the time I got to it, we'd be over it. So
All
I can
right.
do this.
I didn't even hear that.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Bam.
We're bringing
Oh, it's playing in loops. All right.
we're bringing the energy tonight, guys. Hey, Monday might have sucked, but we're here to bring the energy, you guys. What's up, y'all?
Next time I'm bringing the bongos for you. I'm gonna do the bongos. How about that?
Dude, the
Eric
whole
plays the
setup, that
bongo.
whole intro was amazing, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you. I had
You
to
make
throw
me
some
look
guitar in there for you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Actually, Courtney makes you look good.
Yeah, I know.
I take pretty good photos.
I had to give her props. I wanted to stay on her good side.
She
I know how
does.
she gets.
She is the looker of the group.
Yep.
She is. Look at the camera, not me.
And she'll whoop some ass on a ghost hunt. I've seen her in action. So,
Bro,
I ain't gonna
she's
lie.
braver than I. She's braver than I, for sure.
Well, for
What's up?
those of us that are, for those people, those people, I'm always politically incorrect, but our
Always.
people, ladies and gentlemen, that are in the chat, why don't you tell them a little bit about Ghost Coast Paranormal? And you got a special event coming up too.
Yeah. Well, you can talk about the event
You okay? You
because I'm better. I mean, I'm not too good about that. But so let's see here. Well, Ghost Coast Paranormal, we started it like late last year, right? We got an opportunity for a to kind of start our own tour company. Like, why not, right? It just kind of fell into its right place. And we had previously worked together with a previous tour company, and, you know, it kind of, just opportunities opened up and we jumped on it. And now we started doing tours at a historic Savannah Theater 6 nights a week, 10:30 every night. We're only off on Mondays.
All right. And you used to do Blue Moon, which
with the other company you guys were with doing Blue Moon.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
that's a sad time.
I know.
Yeah.
So Moon River Brewing Company.
Moon River, I'm sorry.
Blue Moon is a great beer. Moon River Brewing Company was a great.
They sell that beer, by the way.
They sell beer. I mean, they sold beer too. So.
But for everybody listening, we do tours there 6 nights a week. We give you the opportunity to become your own ghost hunter. We give you paranormal hunting equipment. And it's a 3-hour experience. And what we do is we teach you how to use ghost hunting equipment. We teach you the history of the building, which is amazing. Like, we're in love with the building. I know I am for sure.
I was there. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a great,
and we
great
just
place.
keep getting more.
Yep. And so we do that. If you come in and if you've ever seen the ghost hunting shows or the YouTube channels and you've always wondered what it would like to be able to do that, that's the experience that we offer you. So we teach you how. I mean, we have people, like we were talking earlier, they come in with no experience whatsoever, don't even know what a piece of equipment is, and we teach them what it is.
And if they saw the intro, if you saw all that equipment, that's their equipment. If you go to their events, that's what you're using.
Yep. So we actually let you have a hands-on experience with ghost hunting equipment and in a cool haunted location that just never stops producing. So that's what Ghost Coast Paranormal is. And of course, we do other things. We go out with you guys investigating, and we go out with our guests. We just did an experience the other night where we went to the Maystringer house, and everybody. It was gorgeous, man. And dude, that place is in the middle of nowhere. I never thought Florida was like that. I was like, oh, it's supposed to be palm trees. What's up with the forest?
Right.
But we went and
we got some live oak over here.
Yeah, you knew. Well, the whole thing was there was a big cowboy territory. Like, did not know that. Like, everything was kind of hammering towards the cowboy scene, which I was kind of like, whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They all speak banjo like she does. But so we everybody that we went down there with were guests of ours at the historic Savannah Theater. So I mean, when we tell people at the end of the night, hey, if you guys ever have somewhere cool to investigate, let us know, and we'll come. We'll go there if we can get the time off and we can make it happen. And that's what we do. We urbex, explore. We go into haunted locations. We do a bunch of fun stuff, and that's what Ghost Coast is in a nutshell. And
we gave you a weekend, Phil. We gave you a weekend. Oh, I think you got to turn your volume down a little bit because it's like echoing. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we gave you an amazing weekend. You got a double dose of ghost hunting when you came down here. You went to Old Davie and Gold Coast. So that was
Gold Coast and everything you guys took us to, man, that was phenomenal. And thank you again for letting us be a part of that, because I mean, that's what we're trying to promote, right? I mean, we want people to ghost hunt and be able to ghost hunt and learn how to ghost hunt, and we want to create those people that catch the bug, you know. And you guys inviting us was something special to us for sure. It really was. Gold Coast is phenomenal.
I talked about it, and I'm like, you got to go.
It never gets boring there.
Trains, bro. There's trains. And that dude, that youngster, I want to give him a shout out. What's that young dude's name?
Ryan.
Who? Ryan. That's my boy. Like, that kid right there.
He's our historian.
I say kid. He's 16, 17 years old by now.
He's like 15, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, he's old in years. I mean, he is way wise in his soul, because that youngster told me more about trains than I ever knew, and he was very knowledgeable. So I shout out to him.
Every time we've gone there, he's been there, and like I'm like, he like lives there, like this guy.
Yeah.
And he is super passionate about trains, and he'll drop some knowledge on you. That's for sure.
Yeah, he will for sure.
And when we have an event, I just let him run with it with the history. I'll let him have his moments.
You have to, dude. You have to. That kid has spent more time researching the history in that location than probably anybody has, and he's 15 years old, dude.
Yep, and he works on the trains. He's a mechanic.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, and it was his birthday the last time we were there. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So
Brian's an amazing kid. He's autistic, but like he's super, super intelligent.
Don't matter, man. That kid.
No, but I think that's where he gets his intelligence from.
Yeah, he amazes me, man. Like he really knows so much about it that I was just mind blown. I was like, this kid is it.
Yeah, he's definitely impressive. That's how I got my first impression too when I met him. I was like, wow, man, this kid knows his stuff, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, he really does. Yeah, and it's really cool that you guys let him be a part of that, and that's really neat, man. That's really cool. But yeah, dude, those places,
man, just giving
the Davies Schoolhouse,
the people and the societies and the history and keeping it all going, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad that they were able to keep it all going. I know here recently they had some issues, and I'm glad that they.
Like any nonprofit historical place, man, there's money troubles is always an issue. You know, that's one of the reasons that we do what we do, and we donate everything that
we're struggling over there.
You know,
and an old boy that was running it, bigger guy,
Donovan. He looks like Aquaman, but overweight.
Yeah, but he's big, overweight, dude. Come on, bro.
He's stout.
That was some beef, bro. Yeah, beef. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there. And kudos to him, man, for keeping that place alive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like
there a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, they just did it. I saw all the posts about it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. We did a co-event with Bill Slevin, his team,
I did see that. Yeah.
Resistance Research Society.
How'd it go?
They went really good. It was super active. I mean, the segregation car twice.
We had good activity in last
Twice we heard a disembodied voice of a woman. Everyone heard it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we were sitting in the actual segregated portion where like the section's colored, the other section's white.
You could flip the signs or whatever.
I could feel and it was hot and humid. There's no breeze. You could feel a cold breeze going right down the aisle several times. It was just really odd.
That's where we got the kerosene lantern, the REM lantern that we have.
That's perfect.
That was after months of using it and not having any activity.
Really good trigger object for that location.
Yeah. We'll send you all.
Place, I know we talk about that place so much, but we love it. You know what I mean? And just all the history of the military background and everything, and then all the trains in there, and it's so much energy and history over the years piled on top of each other. It's never disappoints, man. That place is wild.
Yeah, and I always preach, man, that like it's fun ghost hunting. You know, like it's really fun, especially when you get some really gnarly stuff, or even if it's not gnarly, it's just super simple. But we're always super amazed. But sometimes, you know, and you've been to those locations where you don't get a whole lot, right? And you kind of have to grow. You got to find beauty in other stuff, right?
So what makes it even better is when we investigate with people like you that we're good friends with.
Yeah, right. And that's I mean, that's what you do is you bring the people that are excited about it, right? Like and everybody has it's like being in a really good concert, you know?
And that's the thing is a lot of people kind of see, you know, if they're not investigating on the regular basis and they just enjoy it and they're watching stuff on TV and they're enthusiastic or something, sometimes you gotta like drop a little truth bomb on them and let them know like, hey, gotta remember, man, this is like, you know, if they get disappointed when they go on their own, trip or something, you got to remember, man, these are like fishing shows. They take a bunch of clips after hours and hours and hours investigating and pile it into a small.
They film for 3 days.
Yeah, so there's a lot of time when you're doing a whole lot of nothing, and it's fun. We enjoy it, but you got to put your time in. It's not like back to back to back like you see on these shows, and you got to, you know what I mean. So.
Well, let's talk about them shows though. Let's be real. Like some of the shows, like I know you guys, when you go out, you got one night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot, because we can't, normal folk, we can't.
In 3 hours, we get what they get in 3 days.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you got to really we got to
hustle hard.
You got to hustle, right?
Like you
and
said,
the thing is, and some of those shows that are highly produced and they've got $1 million budgets. I mean, we just spoke with somebody that said, oh yeah, so-and-so was here for 3 days and they never got any evidence. And on the 4th day, they finally got something. And it's like, that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, we know how hauntings work, and it doesn't typically, I mean, you can't make them do it.
It also depends. To me, I think that it also depends on the individual. Like, just like how you were saying, like about your events, when you get like people with a bad vibe, just like in our events, like nothing happens. And then the next group comes in and they got an amazing vibe.
Amazing time.
It starts happening.
Yeah.
And I think, the ghosts, they're just body challenged, but they're real people. And I mean, like if all of us were hanging out,
dick.
Yeah.
Or if they get a bad vibe from you and they're like, I'm not talking to this dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like how we're hanging out now. Like, why wouldn't you want to hang out and talk to us, right?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing too. I mean, we notice that on a nightly basis. We were just talking a little bit ago.
Gettysburg, and I got a kick-ass EVP.
Yeah. I think it depends on your energy as well. If you're going into this naysaying yourself and not enjoying an experience, then who is going to want to talk to you? If you walk into a party and the whole time you're in your head, you're naysaying the party, nobody's going to want to hang out with you.
You got to be a people person.
You really do. And I mean, I think a lot of people don't get it, when you're like, hey, you guys have fun.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Yeah. Right. Exactly. And then to me, folks you can create I always tell people, and it sounds super strange, but you kind of create your own experience. And I don't mean that by you're creating the experience itself. I'm saying that by your energy, when you walk into a room or a location, your energy can play into that.
Look, we got a compliment. I would hunt the crap out of all of you.
I would hope
that's
so.
Mike's life.
Yeah, that's my wife. So I hope she would.
That was a compliment.
I'm gonna take it as a compliment. But yeah, dude, I mean, that's the thing, man. So I mean, a lot of times we got to go in one night and we got to bring that energy, right? And if without that energy, I wouldn't expect to get anything. There's been nights where I've been tired and there's locations where I didn't want to have to go, right?
But you know what I tell my team? I tell them, like, if we have a dead night, like sometimes you get frustrated because you're not getting shit. And you want to do it for the guests, but you know what? They don't care. They want to see the equipment. They want to be in a spooky, dark place. If you get nothing the whole night, they're still happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, as long as you make it,
most of the times.
Well, like you said, as long as you make it a fun experience too.
You get a 2-star review, and then you're like, we didn't see a ghost.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
we hold on a second. We ain't got no 2-star reviews yet, so we're okay. We're all right. But
you got a big fan right here, Julian.
Julian is
our boy.
That's our boy right there. That's our boy. He moderates our TikTok lives for us. So for the folks. Yeah, so for
Dantex, where's Dantex? He's our moderator. He's not here tonight. He's sitting out on us, Dantex.
Yeah, so we do a TikTok live every night. Every night that we do have an investigation, we go live. We literally set you in one of the rooms. Sometimes we move you out and about, but really, whatever happens. And our TikTok's got some weird stuff. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome. That's a great idea.
So I want to tell everyone the last time I was there, it was Franny and I, my sister, and her wife. And the weirdest thing happened. We were up on the second level, and Carrie, that was with us, she was walking. We were like coming from the projector room, walking down those stairs.
Yeah.
And she fell. Yeah. And she said she felt someone push her. And then when she got up, she showed the mark on her finger. She's like, I got teeth marks. Like someone bit me on my finger.
Yeah.
How wild is that?
Yeah, it's super wild, man.
You think that built?
Could have been, but we have other kids that we really don't talk about as much because we don't have as much information on them.
Okay.
But we do have other kids.
What can you what can you tell the people listening about the spirits? Because like every place you go to, there's one spirit that has a personality. Like we have a Paul Hammer at the Veely house.
They all have personality. That's the thing.
I was going to say, I think the spirits that we know, I mean, when we started investigating that building years ago, of course, we put out our equipment and stuff, right? And we started getting all these names. We got Bill, Bob, Steven, Ben, right? And we were wondering who all these folks were. And so we literally started asking storytellers around town because, of course, there's a million stories for every building, right? Mm-hmm. And whether you can find the history on them or not. Okay? And that's not what I'm sitting here preaching, is to make sure that your information is correct, because really we're experiencing these people and there may not be written information on them, but we are experiencing them.
Right. They could be actors, right? Former actors. Yeah,
whoever. I mean, you got to think of, this place has been open since 1818, and we've been doing live shows ever since 1818 in that building. And so you can only imagine all the people that would come there and see a show that never heard music, that had never seen performances on stage. And I mean, you got to think, we're really removed from our actors today. If I watch Dexter or I watch, The Walking Dead, and if I see, you don't see these people, you never meet them in life, or there might be this one time where you see them. Well, back then it was, you were 5 feet away from your favorite actor. It's a different feeling, right? I mean, to know that your favorite actor is tangible, it would be something different, right? So, I mean, just the energy that just came in there, the laughter, the crying from dramas, that place, that stage was used for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Any regulars?
I didn't think like that. You know what I mean? But if you really kind of get inside the mind of the person back then in that time, we're so desensitized to so many different things. Imagine, back, like you said, in the early 1900s, whatever, you never seen nothing like this ever.
No.
You never got to walk into a big theater like this and see something like that. It's got to be breathtaking. You walk in there and experience this and experience these talented people on stage, like the energy.
Even before TV came out, people were going to the theater to watch the news. They would have news clips on World War II.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly where I was headed. Is that was it? That was the spot. You went there for your news. We couldn't turn on CNN
that was CNN.
Yeah, right, and or whatever broadcast we might be watching. We couldn't go do that. So Friday and Saturday nights, we would go down to the show, and we're going to be talking about it next week. We would all gather up at work, or wherever on the streets and in the squares, and be like, "Did you guys watch that show last week? That was amazing." Everybody was into it. We got propaganda from the stage. We got dark history from the stage. We also have still living history. We got a girl named Miss Huxley Scott, and she's a beautiful Black woman, and she's older. I asked her, I says, did you ever come here when you were a child? And she said, "Oh yeah, for sure." She's from Savannah, and she sat in the segregated section in that building. And 20 years later, she becomes a performer on that stage, and then gets inducted into the Jazz Hall of Fame.
Nice.
It's so wild to think about that all these things that, because the way that time and history is moving so fast now, you don't really get but when you kind of look back, and you can say that there's still there's people out there that, it's really not that long ago. A lot of this stuff happened, you know what I mean? And the history of the United States is very young.
Absolutely.
Compared to a lot of the other places.
That is very old.
It's very old.
For U.S. standards.
Well, it's a U.S. standards. I was going to say, I watched something last night where they're like, this place is 2,000 years old. I was like, yeah, let's go there. Right? But yeah, I mean, the energy in the building is my point.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, we went there for everything. It was places where people fell in love. Right. It was the first place where the lights would go down and you could throw your arms around a woman, or vice versa, right? Or whatever the case may have been.
You get all nervous and you're sweating.
Get all nervous and giddy, and seeing your favorite actor that you might have a crush on, or meeting them in the lobby for the first time, or it's different, And so we do have a lot of fun characters in the building. Steven, of course, stage right area. He's always got something to say. He's a character. We believe he was 25 years old and older, mid 20s, or somewhere around there.
If I saw Sam and Colby on stage live, I'll be screaming like a little girl. Just saying.
Oh yeah, we worked with them as well. Yeah, we did. We opened the Farrar School with them. Yep. So I'm sure a lot of girls would come there and throw their bras on stage. They
probably had concerts there too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh,
so the reason that I was also, kind of talking a little bit about the history, right? Do you feel that in some of these places that there is spirits that may still roam the halls that might not have passed away there, that maybe travel there because of the fact, and then plus you also have all the residual stuff too, right? So it's gotta be sometimes when you investigate places of this nature, sometimes it's hard to figure out what's really going on, not that we can ever prove exactly really what's going on, but because you got all the residual stuff, you have the people that really enjoyed the place, and that's where they want to be after they passed on. Plus then you have the intelligent beings that are there, and then it's got to be.
I also think that the whole building absorbs that energy. Like they say, like the original wood, like all the things that have happened there, that can absorb the energy. Like, for example, like the Richmond Cottage at the Deering estate, I've heard someone say that they think it's so haunted just because that old wood from like the 1800s is still there, and it just absorbs that. It sounds like crazy, but
they have the stone tape theory. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Oh, of course. I preach on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really do. I do believe that. You got to imagine too. That building was constructed originally in 9 months.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
What year?
That was 1818.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. December 4th of 1818. And so you got to think that building went up quick, and it was brick. It's earth, it's material. And we've always had the same footprint, and we've always had pretty much the same four walls. So
I got a perfect example of like residual with material like that. And I've said it many times before that the fort in St. Augustine, the Castillo de San Marcos, I had my EDI at 1 a.m. in the middle of the night in the cannonball hole, and the thing is sensing vibration. Like, what the heck?
Isn't that strange?
That's residual, right?
Then that's science.
Yeah.
That's
science proving you something right there.
Yeah, it is. And I'm we're laughing about it, but dude, that's what we love about it, right? Like, because we know that it's real. We know that it is. We know, we've seen it, we've heard it, we've felt it, we've tasted it, we've been immersed in it, right? And we know it's real, but to actually get that scientific reading to go, yep, dude, there's definitely some kind of vibration going on here. You know what I mean? That's different. That's the proof.
Speaking about science,
that's all we want to do.
Yeah. Speaking about science and different things, so I had a couple thoughts. I'm always trying to think, like, what can we do, like, outside of the box? Like, what can I do?
You're gonna tell them what you told me today?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I was like, you know what? How can we use AI to help investigators, right? Investigate. So I said, what better thing than to ask AI? I said, what can you do to help as a paranormal investigator? And it spit out a gang of shit, dude. Like, I can analyze EVPs and transform into waveform and spectrographs, and I can search for human.
I would never think about this.
So, and I could search for human tones and vocals between 300 and 3,000 hertz, and it started. And I was like, "What, dude? So I was like, "So can you search this file for an EVP?" And I uploaded a small snippet up, and then it started spitting out spectrographs and saying, like, I could possibly hear something between this clip and this clip here, and it cut the clip down to the part. And dude, it's like having a fucking scientist.
What AI was this?
ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking to the other night.
Seriously?
Yeah,
you
that's
can
the one.
upload things to that?
What was the thing with the python that you were telling me?
The what?
What that
You
was
sent me a
behind the
thing on
scenes
Python to chat
Yeah,
GBT.
Oh, I was just kidding. Python is the name of thought you were talking about the old Python.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, we talking about my Python.
So
no,
Python.
the Python is another AI platform. So
Mhm.
it's because it's telling you what it's doing, and it's like reaching out to Python to extract the audio from the video, and then it's like turning it into WAV file, enhancing. Like, dude, it was fucking. It was the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time, and I was like, wow, dude, I need to share this because this is cool.
That's really.
Probably shouldn't.
Never thought about that.
You probably shouldn't share that with the public, though.
Don't share it with the public. Keep that.
Oh, and I got something that I want to talk to you about too, Mike. Okay. I seen some stuff the other night, and I think we need to have a conversation.
Sounds good to me.
Because we know that you're the man when it comes to the goggle. We know.
Right, I'm all ears. So
yeah, man. So I got something for you. So I want to talk to you about it.
No worries, man. No worries.
But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much the building itself is just ridiculous. I mean,
we could go on and on.
I could go on for days and hours, and I mean, this is where Bram Stoker hung out. This is where Oscar Wilde hung out. Yeah, I mean, there's so much there. This is where a lot of people. I just started kind of saying my history this way, and I do believe that it was the beginning of the Civil War. And I know everybody just got quiet, and a lot of people listening might
I was thinking, did it get any damage from the Civil War?
No, but the thing is it didn't need to, because what was going on there was public. It was public information. You just said a minute ago that this is where we got our news. So in 1861, Alexander Stephens, he was the vice president for the Confederacy at the time, and he actually did a speech at the theater. It's called like the atrium or atrial or something at the time. I forgot exactly what they called it at the time, but but it was there at 222 Bull Street at our theater. And he gave the cornerstone address of the Confederacy, which was the Declaration of Independence for the South.
Oh, wow. Very cool. This is the name of the street's badass. 222 Bull Street.
Bull Street, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like a meaning.
Yeah. And so when he gave that speech, less than 3 weeks later, that's when the first shots were fired at Fort Sumter.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that was the first real public come out about it. There was probably a lot of things that, just like happened today, where there's a lot of things happening in the background, and there's a lot of bills and this, and people are, the South was trying to succeed from the country.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And they believed in white supremacy and slavery. That's exactly what that man was preaching on that stage.
Oh, wow.
And in 3 weeks, there was the war popped off. So do I think it started there? I kind of do. I wouldn't say that that's where the war started, but that's where I think the ball started rolling, because once we see our president, or once we see our vice president step to a podium on television nowadays, and he says certain words like, we're going to go into war right now because Afghanistan, blah, 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 or Iraq, blah, blah, blah. We've heard this before in our time. And we go,
waste any time.
Yeah, this is serious. Right. And so when that man stood up there on that stage and said what he did, it was like, we're serious. And it was serious, because it's one of the only division wars that we've had in the U.S.
Yeah.
So
it's so crazy, man, to think about just Savannah in general, man.
Yeah.
And like just when I've been there, not a whole lot, a handful of times, but it's just, even when you just drive in and you break the boundary and you get into the city, the closer and closer you get to the heart of the city or the town or whatever you may call it, like, it's just like you could feel the energy. You could feel the energy in this place, and some of the squares were, built over the top of cemeteries and things of this nature. I mean, I think I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard not long ago there was a tree that was downed and there was like all kinds of bones and stuff in the roots.
Yeah.
Happens all the time, dude. I mean,
Really?
They tore up Broughton Street in the newspaper, WSAV or whatever it was at the time said, found a few bodies on Broughton Street. And when you walked out there, they had it all fenced off. Like you literally couldn't pass the fence, and there was flags everywhere. And what they did is they flagged the bones that they were finding, and essentially they documented what they found, and then they covered it back with sand, and then they put the road back on top of it.
There you go.
They don't remove things. I mean, where are they gonna put them? What are they gonna do with them?
Yeah.
I mean, essentially,
exactly.
it still stays there. It's and that's all.
Yeah,
over
I mean, and back then it wasn't out of the ordinary to build over certain cemeteries and things. It happens.
Part of the road
unfortunate.
was built over the cemetery. Like they were saying, like the brick road, like how there's dips. It's just because of the caskets, like crumbling and like the ground dipping.
Yeah, when you walk next to the Colonial Park Cemetery, the street literally does this as you're walking through it, and that's one of the big claims is that it's because of the caskets decaying, and then you actually have the dips in the road and stuff like that. But that you got to understand on that street. So on that street that we're talking about, where that has the dips and the rolls, that's Abercorn Street, and that cemetery used to go 2 blocks in that direction. So
in every direction.
Well, in every direction essentially, and it would back up right against the back of the theater. And back in the day, a lot of people think everybody had headstones, but just like today, people got to have money for headstones.
Yep. Otherwise, you get a wooden cross.
That's what you get, or you get a wooden plank with your name and stuff on it, and your family would have to keep it up and take care of it. And when the North came in, they took over the city, and the story is that they actually moved all the headstones. They used the head pieces, which were the wooden ones, for firewood. And they were actually emptying the mausoleum so that they can actually stay warm with each other and cuddle up They cuddle up in the little mausoleum things to keep warm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was cold. So that's
we
where
gotta
we
pay
did.
some bills.
Real quick. While we got a good little stopping point here, we gotta pay the bills, Eric likes to say, and we got a couple of ads we got to run, and then we'll be right back with you guys.
Absolutely.
What is up, my paranormal peeps? You may be wondering why we're holding something like these in our hand, and my buddy's going to tell you all about it.
The reason that we have this paranormal equipment in our hand is because we're giving a big shout out to the Ghost Hunter store, one of our sponsors. They're your one-stop shop for everything paranormal.
That's right, and you may have seen some of these equipment on your favorite paranormal TV shows.
Exactly, especially the Haunted Files on Paraflix.
Mike's got that right.
All right, guys, so check them out, and if you use the code word Ghost Gone Wild,
not Girls Gone Wild,
Ghost Gone Wild, in your checkout, you'll get a discount on your purchase. Thank you, guys.
Peace. Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Mike from War Party Paranormal Radio Show and the Haunted Files on Paraflix. And Mike, we got something pretty cool, right?
Heck yeah. So, I want to talk about Haunted Happy Hour, spirit-infused coffee. They have many different flavors, all kinds of different stuff. They're great people. They have a podcast with great content, and they got an amazing product here. So, this one actually is Sweet Rum Blitz. And what's amazing about this, you order this product and you also get 1 month free subscription to Paraflix. So you can watch us. Yeah, and you might be feeling dead inside, but get caffeinated with Haunted Happy Hour. All right.
Are you ready to explore the unknown?
Eventually.
Brace yourself for a journey into the supernatural. Paraflix Paranormal Plus, your gateway to the paranormal, all-in-one streaming service. Dare to explore, dare to believe, dare to stream alone.
It does not want us here.
Sign up now and embark on a supernatural adventure like never before. Paraflix Paranormal Plus, the universal home of paranormal.
And speaking about Paraflix, guys, we got a show out there called The Haunted Files. If you're unfamiliar with it, make sure you go check it out. It mean a lot to us. You know, we're not making money off this. It's not like our living. We're doing it because we love it. You know, we're passionate about what we do and just getting out there.
It's real shit.
What we captured there. Damn right. Real shit. So, so check it out. We got a new episode coming out on the 25th.
You guys gonna like this one. You've been there before.
Yeah, you guys have. And so check it out.
Welcome to the Haunted Files, and tonight we're investigating the extremely haunted Veely House here in Davie, Florida. Eric, tell us what we're getting into.
So we're getting into a lot because we investigated this place I can't tell you how many times. We also do events here, and we've gotten some crazy activity, especially in that attic right there. So we're going to see what we're going to get tonight.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right.
When we've given tours to some kids in the mornings, sometimes the main question we'll get is, excuse me, do you see that woman in the building? We don't, the kids do, and we try to just tell them to wave and say hi. When we are feeling certain things in this building, we'll try to take a break from it because it can be quite overwhelming for a lot of people, especially if they haven't experienced it before.
At this point, we don't waste any more time. We grab our gear and we head in to investigate.
Hello? Dude? You heard a noise, right?
Yeah, not even kidding.
Like a piano noise.
I heard like a high pitch. Like
Yeah, up there.
What?
Dude, it almost went to red. Come on, Paul, is that you? Make all those lights go all the way to the right. That's him.
Are you part of the Veely family?
Get out!
Dude, his voice so f***ing strange there, man.
I did die.
You did die? You know that you're deceased? Can you just please help us with this experiment and say a number?
Get out!
That was a good night.
Yeah,
It was really active that
it
night.
was wild.
I want to see that video.
Yeah, you gotta check
Dude,
it out.
so that's where Miss Veely is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that cooks up some cornbread.
yep.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
But don't put your head down like that. She's the one. We said, do you make some bomb cornbread? And she hit all the stuff.
I believe that.
She said she would make us some cornbread if we wanted some cornbread. And I said, you got good cornbread, Miss Veely. She's everything starts going crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember-
You know, it caught on fire. It's closed
Yeah,
down now.
Is it on our tick? Huh?
It's
Yeah,
closed for temporarily right now. They
Temporarily.
caught on fire.
Oh,
What? Really?
Yeah, there's a little like patio in the back, and sometimes the homeless hang out there, and they believe that they were hanging out there doing something, and something caught on fire, and the whole
Doing a
back
little
end caught on fire.
and then
They
fire.
were doing a little something.
Oh, Lord.
It's not the only time it happened. They have a cheeky hut that burnt down too.
I remember you saying something about that previously.
I know. I would love to start a company that we just protect these haunted locations.
Right.
Right there, you
Yeah.
go. It's going to be a joint
I actually
venture.
remember when we were up in the attic of the four of us, and we had a spirit box, and there's some kids there, and I'm like, hey, can you finish this? And I counted to 5, and then as soon as I stopped, it said 6, like boom, like dead nuts. Like
really?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you guys were there, and
We were there for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys investigate every night, like so I'm sure.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking of what time.
I remember because you showed us how the SP7 Pro works. So we didn't
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Well, we got smart ass Paul Hammer that hangs out there too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a cool house, man. I mean, both those houses are super neat. The Davy Schoolhouse
was built from a Sears catalog. Like this pieces were shipped, and they had laborers built it.
I want that today. Like, where's the Sears catalog that I can purchase a home from?
Ooh, business idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Now they have stuff. You can buy
City.
small homes on Amazon, and they come and they put them together for you.
They pop them up.
Yeah, tiny homes.
Yeah,
We're
tiny
gonna
home.
be a pimped out tiny home. Ain't gonna be tiny home. It's gonna be like 2 stories.
Put 2 on top of each
Pimp
other.
my house.
Pimp my fold up.
Yeah, it'll be the new version of Pimp My Ride. Pimp My Haunted House.
Dude, that $1 million idea.
Yeah, there we go.
$1 million idea. All right, so I wanted to talk about the Symposium.
Yes.
The MacabreCon. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
And it's not called the synopsis, right?
Yeah, it's a synopsis.
You're going to give us a synopsis on the
Symposium.
There we go.
Yes.
I like to talk in big words.
Fast,
I like to articulate myself.
Yes. Say that 5 times fast. So yes, the MacabreCon is going to be basically a paranormal symposium. All right. So the idea behind it is let's get like-minded people together. Right. And let's get some experts in there as well. Right. So we're doing stuff that
can hardly be found anymore.
Yeah. So basically, okay. So like when we go to these Paracons, and we've been to them together.
It's going to be.
And we're going to go there together again, right? We're doing we actually got our booth for the Gettysburg Bash, and so we're going to be up there again, and
we'll be there.
We're gonna bash it again, right? So we know how those go, right? The vendors are always sitting in the auditorium, or in the other portion, and we always have people speaking in another area. And we kind of had an idea, what if we kind of put them together? We are going to give time in between so people can actually sell product and give out cards and flyers and stuff like this. But we wanted people to all be included, whether you were sitting at a booth or not, right? And so what we're doing is we're going to bring in some really cool people. We're going to bring in some PhDs in infrasound. We're bringing in ufologists. We're bringing in people that are cryptologists that are into cryptids and things like that. And we're bringing in ghost experts, right? And you guys are coming and hanging out with us. And we're going to have a lot of fun and cool people that are really into this type of stuff. We have archaeologists. We have some historians. We got some really cool things, right? And what we're trying to do is, and no offense, because we know you guys have the show and stuff, and we love it. And but we're trying to bypass all the show stuff, right? Like we know that's a heavy influence on a lot of the Paracons around the country. And what we're trying to do is just really have a like-minded conversation with all the same people in the same room.
I like that.
What are we actually dealing with?
What are we dealing with, right? Like
I'll be picking some brains. I tell you that.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing is I want to spark imagination, and I want to spark like-mindedness, and I want to spark ideas. I want to get us all into one room and go, listen, we have this evidence. Look here it is.
Yeah.
You see it.
And how does the Mayan archaeology play with, paranormal activity and things like that? Like that's always been my thought.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's what we're trying to do. And I don't want people to be shy. I want people that are sitting in
the crystal skull.
Yeah, right. And I want people to talk.
Yeah.
And I want people to have ideas. And that's what I'm trying to do is we've always talked about para-unity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been talking about this since the early 2000s or beyond, right? And we've been talking about para-unity being a thing. And I'm not trying to make this a para-unity event.
It still lives.
Right. But I do. Yes, it does. We're sitting here right now. Right. Exactly. And it still does work. And it's like what we did, a couple of days ago. This is what we do. Right. Like that para-unity is a thing. But my thing is I want the experts. I want to sit down with the experts and go,
awesome.
All right, so you're into infrasound. How can infrasound actually do certain things to us?
Mm-hmm.
How can energy do certain things to us, Mr. PhD in energy? Right? Do the ufologists think that these things are interdimensional beings? Like, I want to bring it,
the weather.
Yes, right. And I want to bring this all into the conversation. I don't know if it's been done.
I don't think it ever has.
I don't know if it has, but that's the idea.
I like
and
it.
Hopefully you will be the first of many, right? And that's why we're calling it a symposium. We're going to have some, I don't even know if I could say everybody that we're going to have there, but
we can't because they are already on our page. So yeah, we already have announced some of our speakers, right? He's already kind of went over that. We do have like historians and PhD. We have real parapsychologists coming over from the United Kingdom, stuff like that, right? And now can't really, like you said, announce some of the guests that we have for Saturday and like Sunday coming, but we do have a really good VIP Friday night event. And this is where we're going to have a big old roundtable discussion, right? So our Friday night launch event is going to be by Valentine Wolf, and they're a gothic, macabre.
We're going to end up having a mosh pit after the discussion.
Pretty much, yeah. They're going to open it up, right? We're going to have some food available for our VIP. We're going to feed people.
We're going to feed everybody. We're going to have them all, all the VIP guests and all the people that are involved with helping this actually happen. We're all going to those folks are there, right? So we're basically going to open it up with some really cool macabre. Yeah, we have
it's what you have in your store, right?
Yeah, well, our old store is no longer open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why we're our own business now. Gotcha. Is store's no longer open. That company is no longer
existing. Stuff that you had at the store.
Yeah. Yes. So cool. they play. The husband plays the electric bass, and he improvises music while his wife tells macabre stories.
Very cool. Sweet.
Ghost stories, things like this, and we have what's Tally's name?
Tally Johnson.
Tally Johnson.
He's a storyteller, and he's going to be doing some of his stories as well. And then we have, if you've come to Savannah or if you've seen it, we have what we call Ghosted Improv. And it's literally by some of our friends, right? And they do improv, and it's basically they make fun of what we do.
And it's great.
It's hilarious.
Well, that's funny that you said that. The Old Davies Schoolhouse, they have an improv that does like a walking ghost tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we do the investigative tour.
Yeah, and so the improv is to get the funny, right? I mean, it's hilarious.
It's a special show. It's only going to be a one-time and fun thing for MacabreCon, right? They do have their normal Ghosted Improv. Mm-hmm. This will be a special one just for this event.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to have a full-on roundtable discussion, and then anybody that wants to be involved, we're going to have a real Victorian style seance.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome.
I like that.
Yeah. So we're going to see, we're going to try to use a cumulative energy around the building to try to manifest this seance. So that's the first night.
That's just the first night. Yeah.
That's the first night, just opening up the event. And then the second and third day are going to be guest speakers that we have. We have an archaeologist from town, very beautiful and very talented. And she actually found a B-52 bomber in South Carolina. She actually, just off of a story that she heard, pinpointed this B-52 bomber that has been buried in this swamp. And they found it. And she's uncovering it. Yeah. So we're going to have her come out and speak. And can we talk about the big guest that we have coming?
Well, let's hold it on that note, because I got to get into my compliant mode. I have to let our listeners on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network that you'll be moving on in a few minutes to the next show. But if you still want to listen to us or watch us, you can check out War Party Paranormal on our YouTube. And if you do go on, please subscribe and like, or on Facebook. And then our watchers on Facebook and YouTube, check out KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We're not the only show. It's 24 hours of paranormal radio. It's the best you got. If you're stuck in traffic in the car and you don't got anything to listen to on the radio, you're sick of Sirius XM,
just dial in on iHeartRadio, and they got shows on cryptids. They got MUFON has a show on UFOs. Father Bishop Long has a show. There's all kinds of shows, so check it out. I'm done.
And thank you for watching.
Mine away.
Yeah, and thanks for watching, everybody. We love y'all.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
So it sounds like you guys are having like a really, really cool event. I love the idea. I love it. I'm excited just to get in there and talk to like-minded people and other people. And I do enjoy what you guys are doing there, because it's difficult to find people that do certain things professionally and talk to them about the paranormal. Like, like you said, like somebody that's a speech, like I always wanted to talk to like a speech analyst, like, like somebody that does that kind of thing and talk to them about EVPs,
We do have one.
We got one.
So like that kind of a thing, you know what I mean? So like very, very cool. Talk to archaeologists.
I want them to talk about my speech impediment.
Talk to people.
Oh, that's just forever, buddy.
I'm sorry, Mike. Continue.
You should be. Now you threw me off. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
No, but yes, you like-minded people, man. Yeah, somebody that does like speech recognition, and yeah.
So I think that's fantastic to be able to talk to people that are smarter than me about things that I'm interested in, and
well,
related.
By the way, you left something in my car. We were with Bill Slevin and his team, Paranormal Existence Research Society.
There you go.
We were investigating with them, and Bill happened to give him one of those brain caps, and you left that in my car.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Upcoming experiment. So
just one of the things with the electrodes that they do.
It's like a cap with all the electrodes all over it.
Yeah. Dude, we should hook up some kind of hook it up to the wall and see if it'll.
Yeah, just put one tent to it, plug it in. And see what
Don't try that at home, kids. All right, and I didn't mean it.
Well, we tried the transcranial. We've done the transcranial brain stimulation.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever told you about that.
Stimulation.
Yeah, well, and that's something that we need. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna pass out last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because it's something I've been wanting to try. I've been researching that too as well, and something that I kind of want to see what it can do.
And then Mike was thinking about putting a whole lot of electrodes all over your body, and you go in naked into like a tube of water, and we do certain things to you, like with the Delco goggles, like some type of I don't know what I'm talking about.
That sounds hot. I mean, to be honest with you.
Maybe we won't go X-rated, but someone can wear like a Speedo or something. I don't know.
I will definitely wear one.
I'll wear the Borat bathing suit.
I was thinking like a bodysuit, but like a silver, like metallic looking one, like skin tight body, like a body glove.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're hitting on a lot of kinks, bro, and I love it.
We're gonna be
water shiny Lycra suit. You got me, bro. Like whatever this is, I want to be a part of it.
Eric has gone completely off the rails once again.
It happens easy, and I derail as well.
Every now and then.
But that's what the whole symposium's about, and yes, you're exactly right. Yeah, I want to talk to people that are smarter than myself, and actually sit down and go, what is it? Right?
Exactly.
Like what's going on here?
I want to be blown away. I want my mind to be like, I didn't think about that. That's what we want to learn. We want to learn from other people that we don't know about, and how we can incorporate these things.
Yes.
This is going to be valuable. This is going to be like learning for us that we can incorporate into our investigating, especially when we're helping people.
That's the point. That's the point.
It's not something you just want to,
I got you. I told you. I got you.
Yeah. Well, we want you, and if you got us, then we definitely we're going to need your help that day. So or that weekend if you guys are down.
So we don't have to. Worry
I think we have it Saturday. Mm-hmm. We've already got the lineup and everything ready. I think you guys will be talking Saturday.
Yeah. Well, once we'll
we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need bios, pictures, video, anything like that?
I used everything from your website.
Okay.
I want pictures in a water tube with a Lycra suit on. That's what I want. And I want that bio.
That may happen right on stage.
But yes, absolutely. We'll need all that stuff. And
I've already got it.
oh, you've already got it?
Yeah.
We could
She's
do
already
like
on top of it.
a black light and bubbles and like the materials, like black light material. Yeah, all
Yes.
kinds of ideas.
Let's go. Like, let's make this happen. It's going to look like Houdini in the future,
Now
man.
you see, I'm the reason why I'm the one that comes up with the ideas.
Yeah, no. But you know what, dude? The thing is that he sparks some of those ideas when he goes, I like her suit with these things. And you're like, well, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
This might actually do
conduct
something.
electricity. That's what Mike's thinking.
Yes. So really, he has good ideas. It's just you that refines, right? So it's a perfect match, dude. That's what it is.
Streamlined.
It is.
I'm out there.
Yeah. So, but that's what it is in a nutshell. And we're excited and we're super stoked to have people come. And we hope it really turns out well.
Tell everybody that's listening and viewing when this is happening.
So our MacabreCon is going to be on August 29th through the 31st. It is a 3-day event. Friday night only, but we have all day Saturday and Sunday. So don't miss out on all these wonderful speakers, right? And we do have our partners that we are partnering with of course, the Savannah Theater and the Witching Hour Paranormal Ghost Tours. And we do have our first sponsor already, which is the Hearst Ghost Tours of Savannah. So we are working alongside all of those wonderful people. And you get even specialized tours from the Witching Hour and us. So some of us are going to be, working, and you get special tours.
We're going to be there all day, and then we're going to be working at night, hanging out with people ghost hunting. So people that actually purchase VIP packages actually get an investigation and walking tour in their package. So they
special. It's different.
Mm-hmm. So they actually do get their tickets for the weekend, and they get a 3-hour investigation and a 3-hour walk, or how long is our walking tour? Hour and a half? 2 hours, I believe.
Everything is going to be listed. We do have our website, MacabreCon, SavannahMacabreCon.com. All right. And information can be found at MacabreCon Savannah on Facebook as well. And all that up to date will be directly on our website and social media, but you can also find our links to on our pages as well. Right.
Do me a favor. Right after the show, can you send those links in like a message to me, and I'll put them in the description of this episode, so people can click right over and check it out.
Yep. Tickets have not went on sale yet because we are still refining our packages and ticket sales and the website, but they will be on sale literally here in the next week or two. So
awesome.
Be looking out for that.
Yeah. So if people just want to check it out, see what's going on, and we'll get them over to you that way.
They got an armada of like paranormal equipment. I'm not even bringing my equipment. I'm just going to use yours, Micah.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I mean,
too much, honestly.
We got, dude. I told her the other night. I go, we got to stop buying equipment because it's taking way too long to tell everybody about this stuff.
I would have to kind of just do a little synopsis of everything.
We just keep going.
We'll get Brandy to do the descriptions on the equipment for everyone, just to take that workload off of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put her to work. You hear that, Franny?
Yeah. Franny's awesome.
Do you hear her? Yeah, there she is.
There she is.
Oh. Yeah, we love you too. And you're gorgeous. She's awesome.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry.
Oh, I was. Well,
I thought you were talking about me.
You guys know how it goes. We've been in buildings alone.
I got my old beard did up for you tonight too.
Did up.
Yeah, you look good. You guys are always looking good, man. I really like your guys' style, and
we got to keep our shit looking tight.
That's right.
Easy. You know how that goes.
I know, dude. I know.
So I was sorry if I looked a little distracted there. I was looking for a clip I wanted to show you guys. I just uploaded it. So you know how we were talking about the brain cap and some of the stuff that we've done already, and we're looking to. I feel like a lot of this stuff has a lot to do with the way that your mind has been tuned out of the paranormal over the years, and I think there's a lot there to do with sensory deprivation and the brain to pick up on these different paranormal things that are going on. And that experiment that we tried, I was going to show you a little clip that we had. I took a snippet out of one of our Haunted Files episodes. So
yeah, hell yeah.
I'll show it to you.
Transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS, is a non-invasive neuromodulation technique that involves applying a low electrical current to specific areas of the brain through electrodes placed on the scalp. This method aims to modulate neuronal activity and has gained attention for its potential in cognitive enhancement, rehabilitation, and treating various neurological conditions. The electrical stimulation is believed to influence neuronal excitability, promoting or inhibiting synaptic activity. While TDCS shows promise in enhancing learning, memory, and motor functions, ongoing research aims to better understand its mechanisms, optimize protocols, and explore its therapeutic applications in conditions such as depression, chronic pain, and neurological disorders. The Haunted Files team is going to test this method in conjunction with the Delco experiment to see if this will help communicate with the afterlife.
So
was that like on the Discovery Channel or something? That was legit, bro.
All through AI.
That's awesome.
That was one of our episodes, and we tried the actual direct current stimulation, and it was wild, man. I did it the first time, and I literally was, like I said, it is used for cognitive ability, learning, depression, different things.
Yeah.
And I cranked that son of a bitch up to 4 volts or 4 milliamps, which is the highest it will go, and set it up for 30 minutes, and then did the goggles with that friggin' pounding on my dome
on your noggin.
Yeah, and it was pretty wild, man. It definitely amplified the session.
I was gonna say, did it take you anywhere? Did it open anything up for you? Did it?
So I'm one of those guys that I feel like I'm very difficult to like open up and like let loose and just let that, like, because I have a lot of anxiety, man, so it's like
me too.
It's hard for me to like just get into that meditative state, and I think it definitely helped. And I even felt like I was, when you're doing the Estes or the Delco, you're listening, you're hearing, and then you're repeating. I felt like when I did this, I was more immersed in it. Like I was actually, something was actually talking to me. Opposed to just listening for sounds of words. I felt like I was immersed in it, and I actually felt somebody tap my shoulder, which I've never really experienced before doing this. So, we definitely have to do a lot more tests.
I did it at the old hospital in College Hill.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did.
And at one point, I felt like I was like on a stretcher going through a hallway, and it was like a red light, and I was staring up at the ceiling.
Yeah,
it's just weird. I don't feel things like that, and I'm in a hospital.
Yeah,
and then I almost felt like I was gonna pass out, and then didn't that guy had problems like with emphysema or something? And I was just like breathing like they never heard me breathe. It was really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Even that session earlier that you were on doing the Delco, you can tell like almost like your voice changed. Yeah, it was almost like you were taking on something else. Like that was different too.
Well, when I do the Delco, or when I listen to Spirit Box, whatever I hear, the way they say it,
is what you come across
the same way. Just because like it like I don't know, I think that's the way it's supposed to come out. Like if someone said no, but it actually came out no. Like, that's how I would say it, because like, if he's asking questions, you want to have that emotion of that word that you heard come through, like it went through in your ears,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want to hear it as just how you heard it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. And I've always been interested about, and this may sound really weird and kind of off to the left, but I've always wondered about psychedelics and hauntings.
No, that's totally another show on.
You heard of Outcast Paranormal?
Yeah. Was Outcast Paranormal?
Yeah, they've done that.
Yeah.
Really?
Stacy Brown, Bigfoot Stacy. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
This team, Outcast Paranormal, they did an Estes, and I forget the name of the guy, but he did a hit at DMT. And he said it was just wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some psychedelics, like I don't mess around with that stuff. I'm too afraid to, because like I said, with my anxiety and everything. But I've heard experiences from a lot of different people talking about it on podcasts and stuff, and they always like meet an entity and like talk to them, and like it feels like a higher being, and like all this stuff, and then you go back to like the ayahuasca and all this stuff and all these like spiritual type missions that people go on, and they come back changed, because they talk to someone.
Well, what's
like,
that?
It's super interesting.
There's that professor, that English professor. I can't remember his name, but he said that he had like a paranormal experience doing the DMT, and he was giving scientific proof saying that there's different areas of your brain that it opens up that you normally can't open up, and that opens up to the spiritual world.
Yeah, they're doing experiments right now with lasers and DMT as well, where they're actually
people are seeing code.
Yeah, they're actually finding code in lasers, like the Matrix type stuff, and they're basically going like, if you look at this laser on the wall while you're on DMT, you can actually see lines of zeros and ones and things like that, and that's something that's going on right now. Yeah, bro. Like,
and if that's like, I was going to say, like, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, so I did an experiment where I did DMT for 2 weeks straight.
You crazy?
And it was very life-changing. It really was. I've had some really weird, interesting. I met some people like you're talking about, and it does show you it's different, man. It's really, I hate to sound like a hippie, but it really is. I hate to sound like a hippie, but like it shows you how we're all connected.
Yeah.
Just like fungi is connected, just like tree roots are all connected, and how they're figuring out how grass screams when you cut it. And I can get into some weird stuff, but it's just really eye-opening.
That goes back to ancient times, like thousands of years ago, the Native Americans, and they were like speaking to the dead on this stuff, and that's how they felt it would get them to that other world,
So I've always been curious.
There's gotta be some truth into that.
Yeah, if there's ever been like documented cases of folks actually doing stuff like that, I always thought that would be really interesting.
Well, we're gonna go out west and hang out with the Hokies.
Let's go. Let's go eat some peyote cactus and look at lasers, bro. Like, I'm so with it.
We'll play some Doors music.
Party.
Jim Morrison music.
Yeah, I'm so down. I love
Riders of the Sun.
Yeah.
Just teasing. But it sounds like be like a vacation.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, that's cool, and that's what I kind of wanted to. I was going to talk to you later on, because all this is kind of playing into that wheelhouse of something I wanted to talk to you about. And
so that's basically what I was trying to do without the drugs, basically.
No, and there's
brain stimulation, things of that nature, to get it out there where people can try it, and it's not harmful. It's not.
I already got you covered, bro.
So yeah, we'll chat.
Yeah, I already got you covered, because I think something that I've seen recently, you can implement it, and I think it would really take people on an interesting journey.
The other thing that I really want to do, and I just, being some regular guys that enjoy the paranormal, it's tough to get the funds to do some of these things, right? But I also want to really have like a proper, maybe if a nurse checking vitals during a Delco session, like like when see what
like an EKG, like have something EKG, to where it's reading stuff and
pulse, everything. You're just regular vitals, right? Because I have a little pulse meter that goes, it checks your beats per minute, it goes on your finger, and you could tell when I was doing that experiment, like I started getting like a little startled. I was like, dude, like I just, and you could see my pulse go up at the same time during, and then I wanted to see what the elevated, what it elevates to, and what it is a constant during, and then when you're just sitting. So like, I would love to have like a proper vital,
I can help you
that actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure something out.
Yeah, dude. I mean that all plays into what we want to talk about, right? Like that's part of the symposium as well. Like this all plays into that. Like I want to open up that line of conversation and go, what's up?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Like, what's
We're
really
gonna like
going
get
on?
all extraterrestrial and shit and start sticking probes in people and.
Oh, dude, you're just threatening me with a good time, bro.
We're gonna do some mind reading, some ESP.
Yeah, I've been telling people, I mean, I've gone through TSA so many times now that I just stand up in the middle of TSA and I go, I put it in my rear end and then check. So I
ain't
just
going near that.
I wondered why I never got abducted. I'm a willing candidate, you know, so. But yeah, man, this is we love you guys. You guys are
we
awesome.
love you guys, man. This is it's always a great time. So, and I'm really interested in, and I love what you guys are doing. And this looks like a really cool event. I'm super excited for you guys and everybody to get out there and check this out. Where can people find you on social media or whatnots? And plug yourself. Give it throw it out there where people could find you and or if they want to come out to one of the tours or ghost hunt with you guys, or how do they get a hold of you?
So you can find us at Ghost Coast Paranormal, literally on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that. We do bookings also through those websites. You can find the direct link to book, but you can also book through the SavannahTheater.com, and we're the first one up there. Book your paranormal tour right there. You can book with us there. And honestly, the MacabreCon stuff is also on our links as well. But that's at MacabreConSavannah.com to find the information on that.
Perfect.
You guys have a YouTube?
We
have a
do.
Show, a live show, right?
No. The TikTok is actually where we do our live show every night.
And that's on Ghost Coast Paranormal?
Ghost Coast Paranormal, yes, it is.
Awesome.
And when do you have that? That's every night?
Every night. Every night we have a tour. Cool. It's up.
It's up from usually about 11 o'clock once we get the tour done with everybody.
11:45.
11:45. Yeah, and we actually put it up. And so at 11:45, you can tune in and you can watch while everybody investigates, and you get to hear all the fun stuff that weird people say to ghosts.
Right.
And then we had somebody on there the other night and they're like, well, there's nothing happening in this room. Well, that's how it goes, dude. I mean,
it's your static camera sitting there like a fly on the wall, man.
Yeah, you're literally sitting there like a fly on the wall, and you can watch as people come in and out of rooms, or there's a lot of times where we pick it up and we'll move it to a different location, and they can actually watch from a different location. And so if that's something that you're into, then check it out. I mean, it's every day.
I like that.
I like it. That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. And if you want to check out any of my personal content or any of my social media stuff, the easiest way is if you go to my website. It's FLA Paranormal Researcher, like Florida Paranormal Researcher.com, and that links out to all my social media. It links out to the Haunted Files website as well. And you're going to want to make sure you check out the warpartyparanormal.com for any upcoming events and things of that nature. And last but not least, Eric Vanderlaan.
And if you want to find my personal stuff on social media, Ghost Hunter South Florida. We are having an event coming around the corner. It'll be here before you know it, May 30th, Friday night. We will be having an interactive ghost hunting fete at the Old Davie Schoolhouse. And that sells out. So you want to get your tickets for that one. And we're also, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be investigating a haunted battleship, USS North Carolina and Wilmington, North Carolina, for the Booze on the Battleship event. So we're going to be the special guest there. You'll be able to investigate with Mike, Franny, and I. And there's going to be a lot of celebrities there as well. You're going to have Brian and Rochelle from Ghost Hunters. They'll be hanging out there. Josh Purvis and his crew and Beacon, they're all going to be there. So check it out.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked. We're going to get to investigate a haunted battleship with you guys. So come on down, check it out. And then they're doing a gallery reading with Mary Lynn from Para with a Normal that night. So it's a big event. You know, we're gonna be there until 3 a.m, and we'll be there all day. And so it's gonna be awesome.
We did that show too.
Tickets left, huh?
We did Para with my Normal as well.
Oh, did you? Okay, sweet.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I did not expect that. Mr. Goatman, if you're out there, you're a strange guy.
Yeah, he is.
Mr. Goatman's a strange man.
With him. We were with him with that Rock Island.
Yeah, dude, he's great, bro. Dude, he comes down. Hilarious. Dude, he came down the staircase with a Lunchable, bro.
Oh, really?
And he goes. No.
He wasn't wearing anything that night.
No, he wasn't wearing anything. He was just normal clothes. But he came down with a Lunchable, and he just sits down next to me. He goes, "All right, so let's talk." And I was like, "Who brings a Lunchable? Like, is this guy 8 years old? Like, what the hell?"
Well, the dude is ripped. That's probably like his big meal of the day.
Yeah, bro. And he was like, "No, you want some?" And he like flings it all over me. I was like, "No." I was like, I didn't know it was going to be this kind of party, dude. Like,
yeah, dude, he's great, man. He's so funny. So it's going to be cool hanging out with those dudes there. So yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun, you guys. That really does.
He comes up with shit that you would just never even think about a person saying, almost like Eric.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're trying to get along.
So awesome, guys. Hey, you know what? We want to thank you for coming out on the show tonight again. And it was an awesome time as always. And we missed you guys. We got to get back together here soon and investigate. Eric, what else?
And a big shout out to all of our listeners and viewers that were watching and some new faces. Please come back again. Make sure to subscribe and like. We try to do this every Monday night, unless we got like a major event going on. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. Oh, and if you need help in the paranormal, we're non-for-profit. Check out come reach out to War Party Paranormal. You're a client for life. We never leave you. So if you need help, don't be afraid.
Yeah, and if you need anybody else that's cute and has a beard, make sure you hit up Ghost Coast Paranormal too.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, hell yeah.
No, for real. So thank you guys. Thank you guys as well, dude.
We're all out there to help. If you guys have something going on in your home or whatnot, reach out to us. And if you're outside of our realm or area, we could definitely point you in the right direction to other teams and other states. And we're all nonprofit and happy to help. So awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys again, and we'll see everybody next Monday. There it is. Awesome. On that note, see you guys.
Love you guys.
Peace.